Finley St. Louis, a local businessman and former government minister, is airing his concerns with the recent happening within the legal system and the outcome of the Alexander Clack case in the Court of Appeal. He is now questioning the security of the court system in Grenada and its ability to implement effective justice when transcripts are going missing and convicted murderers are walking freely due to technicalities.
How many more such cases that were on that laptop that was thrown? How many more convictions that probably persons convicted will get off because that laptop or the computer or whatever has disappeared? And eventually they will get off too, because if it happened once, if this is the way it's going, it means that it can happen several times in the future. The fact is, the system is not secured. It seems to be there for Tom, Dick, and Harry to go in and do whatever they want with the system.
Alexander Robert Clack walked out from His Majesty's prison on Tuesday, a free man, due to the loss of transcript within the Supreme Court registry. In 2016, he was found guilty of non-capital murder and was sentenced to 67.5 years in prison for the death of his then 27-year-old wife, Nixian Clack, after he led police to a shallow grave where her body was found in a suitcase. St. Louis says that Grenadians need to wake up and demand security when it comes to our judicial system.
It has affected me in such a way that I thought I should make this statement to the press so that our Grenadian people will become aware of what's happening so that we can get protection. Because something like this having happened, none of us are protected. We are not protected in any way. When something like this will happen and one can get scot-free from a jail sentence that they had for a crime that obviously was committed, and indeed they got off after doing a few years.
He hopes that such a case as Alexander Clack will not be repeated in his small country.
I never believed it was possible for somebody to get away from a case like that, where it was clear, in my opinion, that this man had committed the crime. For the body of his wife to be found in a shallow grave in a suitcase, how can we as Grenadians accept something like this for our legal system? Something has to be wrong. And I honestly hope that there will not be a recurrence of something like this to have happened in our country anymore.
Attorney at law Anselm Clouden, who represented Clack, says proper securing of legal files is one of the issues that must be taken seriously within the legal system.
It has arrived for us to be more careful, more meticulous in the way we treat legal documents. They're highly sensitive and they ought to be kept in a vault, not lying around in some cabinet. You keep them in a vault, and we're in the age of technology. You have certain residuary backup mechanisms to ensure that if you have a breakdown, if you have a hurricane, if you have a flood, earthquake, and certain things are damaged, you still have access to certain things in a vault, in a secured building, in a secured place.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.